One. And good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being here in one more great interview of Dojo Live, connecting experts like you. And joining me today is my fellow teammate, Nearsoftian Tulio Siragusa from LA. Hi, Tulio.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon,
Carlos.
Tulio.
Good afternoon, Marina.
Hi.
And our awesome guest of today is Marina Shumaieva. She is the CTO and co-founder of CruiseBe. CruiseBe, which is your ultimate cruise itinerary aggregator. Right, Marina?
Yes, right. Hello to everyone. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. It's a pleasure to have you here, Marina, and thank you for joining us today on Dojo Live. Okay, before we jump into today's topic that we're going to be discussing, I'd like to ask you before we jump into that, Marina, tell us a little bit about you and a little bit about CruiseBe.
Thank you very much for having me. A little bit about my background. Originally, I'm from Eastern Europe, from Ukraine, and I moved to the United States, to Dallas, Texas, about a year and a half ago. I have a master's degree in computer science, and in Ukraine, I used to work in SAP as a company consultant. Also, I used to start several startup companies. But as a result, my final company on what I'm working right now, like full time, is CruiseBe. It's a tool that helps you to plan your cruise vacation, a post-booking tool. It's really fun how I turned from a computer engineer into a founder of a company in a travel industry. And if we're talking about how the idea was born, I can say that I'm a travel enthusiast, and my husband, Alex, he is CEO and co-founder of CruiseBe. He's a travel blogger and also passionate about traveling, and we used to travel a lot. And once on our honeymoon, we were on a cruise on Allure of the Seas, Royal Caribbean International, and we were sitting on a balcony and thinking that how much time was spent in planning our cruise vacation. So you have to surf different websites to find what to do in each port of call, and you're booking a cruise via a travel agent or an official website. And then you're thinking, okay, I have to book this overpriced excursion, or I'm gonna just take the whole plan in my hands and open a Google sheet and plan this day by day. So you just spend an enormous amount of time on planning this whole vacation. And we saw that, yes, we know how to help these people, that this is the problems that we can solve. And we have a great team. Alex is an idea generator, he's a marketer, and I have great computer software engineering background, and we can try to solve this. As a result, the first way we created a website, and it was just the aggregation of lots of information. Then step by step, we understood that we need to move from Eastern Europe to United States, because America is the main market for cruise industry. It holds about 60% of the whole cruise industry market. So we went through a startup accelerator program in Dallas, Texas. And we're here right now running our company, helping people to plan their cruise vacation. This is it, a little bit about my background.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Marina. And I'm sure our viewers are going to have a lot of questions as the conversation progresses. So in case you do, if you're watching this, if you have any questions for Marina or for Tulio or for myself, but most importantly for Marina, just send them over on Twitter, which is at DojoLIVE. That's our handle, at DojoLIVE. Simple as that. Okay, Tulio, I'd like to pass on the mic to you with your great questions. So please be my guest.
Hey, thanks. Hey, thanks for coming on, Marina. So I'm curious. I understand you've deployed artificial intelligence chatbots. Everyone's curious about how that's going to help make things better for consumers. So what is the value of doing that? Why did you choose that as opposed to a traditional, algorithm, et cetera? What's the value proposition for the consumer? How does that help them?
Yeah, I got a question. So like it was the third part, the third step of the development of the company. The first step was a website. Then we created an iOS app. And when we began to track customers to see that people love our product, we saw that chatbots are becoming like a new marketing channel, a new sales channel. Like everyone is obsessed with chatbots and writing about them, and you're attending different conferences about chatbots. So we decided to go deeper and to see if this tool like chatbot will suit our business and if we can do this. As a result, we did a research to find what other travel companies, how they're using chatbots. Is it popular? Is it not? So we see that big companies like Expedia, Kayak, Priceline groups, they have their own chatbots. And usually these chatbots allow you to book a hotel, even to book a flight, or you can have just a general conversation with a chatbot. But we didn't find any chatbot that could help you, for example, to find information about ports of call, or I'm not talking about booking a cruise because it's a long process, or just also to plan your itinerary. And we decided, why not to give it a try? Why not to give people the ability to plan your cruise vacation without leaving a Facebook? And it's really very comfortable. You don't need to go to the website or to download any mobile applications. You just open a Facebook page or go to our CruiseBe Facebook page directly, click a button, messages, and here it is, a chatbot that replies you instantly just in 1 second. So the process of development of a chatbot also has several steps. Right now in the market, as it becomes really a very interesting topic for different businesses and for consumers as well. You can find some really nice solutions like online platforms that can create your chatbot, really easy one, even for free. So you're just writing several things that you want your chatbot to do with your customers, and it will give you a little codes that you can insert. And so you don't need any programming knowledge. It's an easy tool for an average person to have their own chatbots. But we understood that this is not our way of solution. So we decided to create a chatbot from scratch. And as a result, after several versions of different chatbots, we got a bot that can speak with a user like in a general conversation, like I'm speaking with you right now. So the user can type, I want to know some information about Royal Princess, is one of the cruise ships of the Princess Cruises. And the chatbot instantly replies you with information and link to the website about this cruise ship. Or our chatbot can even play several games with you. For example, the chatbot shows you a picture of a port of call and gives you several answers, and you have to guess what answer is that, what is this port of call, and it gives your users ability to interact, to have fun with this chatbot, or you can take a quiz. So it's not only a tool to make new sales or to have new clients. It's a tool to interact users, to show that you value your customers, that you can be like also a friend to them, some kind of this. As a result, as I said, everyone is obsessed about chatbots. We presented our chatbot on TechCrunch Disrupt in San Francisco, September last year, and it was a great experience. People liked it. And as a result, I was invited to be speaker on IFA Travel Conference. The first one was in February in Miami. It was a great conference of travel leaders. There were representatives of Expedia, Airbnb, Hertz, and big chain hotels. And there were we presenting our chatbot and talking about the innovations in cruise industry and how can chatbot help you to communicate with your customers. The experience was great and the audience loved the presentation. And as a result, now we have the next conference in April in San Francisco. Eyes for Travel again invited us to tell and to share our experience, CruiseBe case study, how we did it, and how this way of solving the problem can help other companies to change travel industry, because we need to move on. We need to be up to date with the world. We need to give new solutions, new techniques, and especially right now when we are on the verge of a big disruption, when the generations are changing. We see more and more millennials going on a cruise. We see new generation Z coming on our doorstep. So we need to give this new generation people who are making decisions just in 8 seconds, to give quick tools to plan their vacation, to book their hotels, flights, cruises, and to make everything instantly. And here is a chatbot comes in. Quick tool, no downloads from App Store, Google Play, or no websites, just Facebook, and that's it. So yeah, it was a certain part of development of our company.
Great. It sounds like you've gamified the virtual concierge. That's pretty cool.
Exactly. It's a virtual travel agent.
That's fantastic. Actually, Forrester on their AI wave predicted that's one of the technology that's going to have a lot of growth in the next 10 years. So congratulations. You said something interesting about millennials. I actually agree with you a great deal. In my latest blog, I talk about the everything self-service generation. Millennials get a lot of slack for not being engaging or social, which is absolutely the opposite. They're just very efficient on how they use technology to get to the point. And so that's a big plus to have that virtual assistant be there. I'm curious about, providing what you're providing requires massive amounts of data and contextual information that needs to be curated and actually, create some value for the consumer. How do you go about deciding what sets of data or what partners to integrate with, and how do you make those choices?
You're 100% right. We have lots of data, and we spent several years on collecting the data. So we began with collecting information about the most popular ports of call. We have information about 500 ports of call, and we cooperate with travel bloggers from all over the world. We get permission to use their content and to translate it into English, to check with native speakers. We have about more than 2,000 travel blogs on our platform. Moreover, we are gathering information about places of interest in each port of call. We have about 21,000 of attractions in ports of call altogether. And we do cover about 80% of the next year cruises. So it's information about 25 cruise lines and about more than 250 cruise ships. So usually we divide information into several parts. Some information we collect by ourselves. We have a team of content editors, and some information we take from third-party API. But this is what's interesting about cruise industry. When you are on a cruise in a port of call, you have a limited amount of time to see the most important places of interest, and you have not to be late for ship, of course. Usually when you go on a big travel platforms, you have information about the whole port of call, the whole city, and you need to filter all this information according to your needs. In our case, we do it for yourself, for you. So we're selecting the most popular places of interest that are worth visiting in a limited time. And you have top 10 attractions on St. Thomas, for example. And after that, you can pick, okay, during this stop, I'm going to visit number 1, number 3, number 5. Yeah, so the data is really very big. It's massive. And one of a way of providing this data, we opened our API for other travel companies, cruise lines, travel businesses that can use our information for their services. Because the thing is, when you have a tool, when you have a product, it doesn't matter how you will deliver this product to a consumer, whether it will be your website or the website of another travel company. Anyway, it's your service, it's your data, it's your algorithm, and you should do your best to give your service to as many people who really need it as you can. We are different sources.
So is your goal to license this platform to other travel?
We have also this ability, yes. We have one of the ways of development is B2B. So we have a turnkey technical solution for travel companies. And we can license our API. We can license our chatbots. It's already working. They can see how it can help and improve their business also. And we have also tool for travel agents. It's working really very quick. When a user have already booked a cruise, and he knows his cruise date, he's just selecting his cruise date, and just in a second, our algorithm generates a day-by-day schedule of a cruise with a complete list of activities and attractions in each port of call.
How do you go about validating new features and functionalities in the marketplace? Right now, you're mostly focused on in the cruise market.
Yes.
But is there a plan to go beyond that? And how are you prioritizing those things? How do you go about doing that?
The main goal, the first goal that we were achieving is to cover the most popular cruise lines and destinations in the cruise market. And it's a big field of work to do because we're adding one by one each cruise line and adding new ports of call. In the whole amount, the world has about 2,000 ports of call, but there are some little ones with only like several cruise ships during the whole year. So we do not cover that information yet. And right now we cover only the most popular one. So as soon as we will be done in this industry, cruise industry, we will have all that information. Maybe we will think about some other ways of development. But also you're right, as right now we're focused on a post-booking experience when you have already booked a cruise. We understand that we can give our users the ability to also book a cruise. But we're in the process of development this feature. We're planning to make a one-stop shop and first cruise marketplace, like combining the post-booking engines that we have right now with all that information together with a booking engine. And then we will give cruisers an ability to see what they really can do during their cruise, even before booking a cruise, that they will have an easier way to find the best variant that suits their needs.
Sounds great. So what keeps you up at night related to growth and your platform and market challenges? What are some of the things you're facing right now?
Oh yeah, what keeps me awake at night? When you're doing your own business, when it's your passion, your idea, your baby, if I can say so, all the time you're thinking about this. Especially when your husband is your co-founder 24/7, a day, at night. You can wake up with an interesting idea how you can make some new promos or new tools, or you can add some new features to your platform. And this is how we came up with one more feature. So as I was saying, we have a cruise itinerary aggregator. And we came up with the next features that can be really very interesting for users. It's an offline route navigation system on the ship. If you have ever been on a cruise, especially on a big cruise ships, like Allure of the Seas when we were on a honeymoon, these cruise ships are usually like big cities. You can easily get lost on them. When you're going on board, a crew member usually gives you a printed PDF deck plan, and you're just going on always aboard with this printed image, trying to find where your cabin stateroom is or how to get to a bar or cafe. So it's really a little bit messy. However, some cruise ships do have interactive deck plans near the elevators that show you where you are right now. But anyway, it's not the best solution. So we came up with ideas, why not to make a route navigation system for a cruise ship. It's hard because the internet is very expensive on board, and not all people buy internet. The internet hour can cost beginning from $10. Of course, there are some packages, but it's really expensive. And the GPS connection is also not very good. So we created a unique algorithm. We make an interactive deck plans, and the user just selects that he is right now, for example, on a deck 3 near the reception, and he want to go to his stateroom or to a pool deck. And our algorithm shows you, just like on Google Maps, shows you a route that you have to go straight ahead, take elevator to deck 13, deck 14, and then turn right, and so on and so forth. So it's a navigation system on board. It works offline. And receiving a feedback from our customers, from cruise lovers, that, oh my God, it's amazing. You're doing a great job. So this is what makes me wake up in the morning, when you're finding, yes, I can do this tool, this can help users, and of course getting a feedback. When I'm waking up in the morning, the first thing I do, I'm open my mobile and read the emails, and I get a feedback from our users from the iOS app or from the website. And sometimes they give really good advices that you can do also this and this, and you're thinking, okay, maybe that's the right point to do also.
I have to say, a non-GPS dependent routing and mapping sounds pretty genius on a cruise ship. That's fantastic.
It's a long process to develop, yes.
I
We
bet.
have offline route navigation on 40 cruise ships so far, and we're still adding new cruise ships. But it especially good works for big cruise ships. So.
Yeah, I have one more question related to the user experience. I'd love to get your opinion on this. It's a known fact that many companies, especially software companies, if they have fantastic product, great platform capabilities, but often the user experience fails to deliver, right? It's too complicated, it's not easy. Do you think that these chatbots, these virtual assistants, will eventually replace the need for having just a good workflow or good tree on a website? Do you think this will overtake what is considered today the traditional user experience by introducing sort of, let's call it the old-fashioned calling a customer service center, but you're not actually speaking to a live person? Do you think that ultimately that's going to happen, or is it just going to be an enhancement? What are your thoughts on that?
So I think my thoughts can be a little bit different from what is really actually going on the market, but we can divide chatbots into two types. First one is for like a general travel agent who want to be online 24/7, and the chatbot can handle some form applications, or just a person want to contact you and he's filling out the form as a chatbot, and then a travel agent wakes up in the morning and see, okay, some people have tried to contact me, I was offline. Now I can call them again, and the whole step-by-step procedure. So the chatbot plays a role just of an online Google form, some kind of that. On the other hand, if we're talking about more sophisticated chatbots, yes, they are doing like all that a travel agent can do. They provide you information with the help of machine learning and artificial intelligence. They give you the best choices that you're really looking for. And what I see that in some time, a chatbot can really become a virtual travel assistant. They can replace traditional call centers if we're talking for big companies. Little businesses, they're adding this value to them. They are also trying to use them, but they will need some more time. They will need some more development, or even a development team to make their little chatbot that is made, for example, on a free online platform, to be able to solve all their issues. But as we see, I was reading articles of CEOs of big travel companies, and all of them, they are focused that we should use new techniques to improve communication with our users. And right now, the machine learning works in a way that collects information about different users, clusters them, filters them, and then gives you preferable hotels or cruises or flights according not to your needs, but to the needs of the whole group of people who have similar preferences like you. So their chatbot, this virtual algorithm, artificial intelligence, will be able to give you better solutions, better proposals than a travel agent does. So I think maybe even 5 years can give us a hand, and we'll see how it works. But I really encourage small businesses to try chatbots. It's a nice tool. We should be up to date. We should keep on moving and add new technical tools to our platforms, websites. Even if you don't have a website, you can try to make this chatbot on a Facebook platform. It's really very easy. They have just bought a great startup, with.ai, if I'm not mistaken, and it gives you to add natural language processing function to a chatbot very easily. You don't need to be a programmer to do that.
I'll have to check that out. I have one more question, and then I'm going to pass it back to Carlos. I think we're almost coming up on time. But if you were an advisor to your company, looking in from the outside, what kind of advice would you give to you and to your co-founder, your husband?
When we were just starting a company, it was not our first business, but we were trying to make everything and all together at the same time. So we did this feature and this functional and all together. But first of all, you have to create an MVP, minimal viable product, and talk with your future potential customers and get their feedback. Just listen to the users who are planning to use your platform. And after that, you have to decide the priority of tasks you have to do. And this will save you time and money and resources, because you will already see that this percent of people want to use a certain feature of your platform, and only 3% of people want to use this feature of your platform. But now we're focused on all the features altogether. So just you have to start step by step. So the car wasn't done in a thing. It was a bike, first of all.
Right. Sounds like you've adopted the lean startup methodology.
Yes, it's a great book. It's a great book for starting.
Right. Thank you so much. Carlos, back to you.
Absolutely. Thank you both. And okay, while I was listening to Marina, just downloaded my most recent version of my personal chatbot, and let me just activate it. Okay, it's here. This is my chatbot. Okay, now, guys, if you're listening out there, whether now or at a later time, you can send us your questions on Twitter. This is our Twitter handle right here at DojoLIVE. Send us your questions for Marina. Well, send them over to her, and she'll get right back to you. All right.
I'm happy to answer them.
Absolutely, Marina.
I love that.
Okay, so let me just turn let me just turn this thing off. Just done. Technology. All right. So, question, and anything that is related to cognitive computing, which is basically, how computers making decisions with like humans do, right? In that sense, when it comes to simulating thought processes in a computerized model, and what it means to travel, I've always wondered, when it comes to the customer experience, with the user experience part, what do you think are the best practices that should be observed when creating, in order to constantly improve chatbots?
We had 4 versions of chatbots already. So, and every time we were tracking what a user types to a chatbot, and we were adding new and new logic of conversation. So this is the process of adding new value to a chatbot. You have to constantly track, even hour by hour. So I see a user asks a new question, for example, what is the biggest cruise ship right now? And I see that my chatbot answers a ridiculous response. And I understand, okay, I didn't add this to his natural language processing table in a database, so I have to add this information. Or we see some people who are speaking with a chatbot, not on a cruise topic, but on a topic of just general conversation. How are you? What is your favorite movie? I think such people just they maybe are boring, they want to speak with someone. So we are adding these general topics for people not to get bored, and if they want to just speak with a person. So to improve user experience with a chatbot, just track on an hourly basis, on a daily basis, what are people saying, type into a chatbot, and just add it all the time to your engine that you're using to have the natural language processing function of your chatbot.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Marina. Okay. All right. I think we are approaching the final minutes of today's conversation. So, Marina, in closing, I would like to ask you, if you were to leave our audience with some final words of wisdom on your chosen topic, what would these be?
I would say that dream big and dreams come true. So if you're dreaming to start your own business, you just have to have a great passion and a big desire, and of course lots of hard work. And as a result, you will have success. Little success, big success, but anyway, you will come to this. That's what is about chatbots. It was just a dream. It was just a hypothesis that we wanted to check. Do we need it? What is that? And as a result, we have a new channel. And it took us not very long to develop a chatbot. So dream big, dreams come true, and hard work.
Excellent. We're going to make sure that that gets out there now and in the future as well through our website. Thank you so much, Marina. Tulio, anything else for Marina on your end?
Yeah, I've just really enjoyed the conversation. I'm fascinated about these virtual assistant and chat box and where it's going. I think there's a lot of applicability and
it's future. Yeah.
I mean, you're focused on travel, but I can definitely see a crossing at some point where if you stumble on something pretty unique, that will literally
you can use this technology in absolutely different industries. But as I'm focused on the travel industry, I was talking about this more. Yeah, but it's a great unique. It's a great opportunity. By the way, when Facebook just launched their framework for creating a chatbots, they had 30,000 chatbots, and in September 17, they hit 100,000 chatbots already on a Facebook. So
Wow.
the number says that it's popular, it's increasing, and people should support this.
Fantastic.
Okay, one more thing. This is where, let me just switch this thing on. Here we go. There you go, folks. That's my most recent interface to have conversations online. So if you want to learn more about CruiseBe, this is where you need to go, CruiseBe.com, right, Marina?
Yes, yeah, absolutely right.
Absolutely. Okay. It's not going to be as high-tech as this, but okay, well, you can always try. All right. So, okay, guys. Well, Marina, jokes aside, I'd like to thank you again for having been with us today. I think it was a great conversation, very educational, and it was fun. Also, we learned a lot, and we look forward to being in touch. Let me know where I should ship one of these. And
Sure.
Also, one more thing before we go off the air is I just want to make a quick announcement of next week. No, wait a minute. It's not next week. I'm used to
Tomorrow.
saying that. It's tomorrow, actually. Tomorrow, April 4th, we're going to be speaking with Eric Shepard. He's the CEO at Trill Travel. That's another travel tech company. And we're going to be talking about the future of travel, creating bookable experiences from social travel content. So, folks, that should be interesting for the travel industry. Marina, please, more than welcome to join us to watch this. It's going to be
Sure.
about the same time. And with that being said, the only thing, again, left for me to do, Marina, is send you a big, warm, heartfelt thank you for having spent a good chunk of your busy schedule with us. And of course, Tulio, as ever, again, thank you so much
Pleasure.
for joining
Thank
me
you very
and
much.
for being part of this. And okay, so everyone, the audience, thank you for one more edition of Dojo Live. Marina, when we go off the air, please stick around for a minute. All right.
Sure. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, everyone.